back towards his base, which has 2 marines. Oh dear, Ninja, you better pull those probes off now before... Oh, too late. Bye, probes. Well, by 1 probe at least. Unfortunately, lost a probe, really, at this stage of the game. But it's only 50 minerals in the long run. And he immediately is chrono boosting his warp gate tech with... well, chrono boost. Putting another gateway down. Definitely looking like a full gate at the moment. And now oh, I thought that was an autosis pylon for a second, but it evidently isn't. Sending across his probe, quite possibly to build a pylon here or here. 2 probes, sorry. This is definitely a committed 4 gate. His opponent has got a bunker, but he just simply hasn't got... oh, that's a cheeky position for a pylon. Very cheeky. And because as soon as he gets visibility up there, he can warp units in directly into his opponent's base. However, he's got to break through these bunkers first, and that probe bites the dust before he can spot it. Immediately warping in 4 zealots. He's not going to be able to break that bunker wall though with that. He needs at least another 4 zealots. Preferably, he'd be better off with... well, that's a large SCV transfer. He'd be better off with 4 stalkers than 4 more zealots, but he's going for a very zealot heavy build. And putting 2 more gates, so 1 more gate on, along with another pylon to increase his supply, could really do with putting yet another pylon down to allow him to produce even more units when he next goes. Putting a robo bay down, of all things. More zealots. Crazy numbers of zealots here. As, if we go to units, we have 12 zealots versus 8 marines, 1 marauder. And he's moving in. There is a bunker here, but forcing a large SCV pull. And warping in a sentry. I would have expected a couple of stalkers. But no, more zealots. Crazy amounts of zealots here. His opponent is working towards a stim and combat shields, evidently going marine heavy, with Colossi, very bioforce, putting more barracks down, as well as a expansion. He's going to try and expand again, which, granted, he is tearing in, can ninja expand everywhere if he wanted. Oh boy, I can see why he put that pylon there now. He is going to warp some units into the top of that ramp, shortcut past the bunkers. Oh dear. Oh dear. Going in. His opponent's going to move away from the first. Oh, this is his time to strike now at the front. He's manoeuvred his opponent away from his... He's hitting the SCVs. And he moves in at the front. Is he going to pop a Guardian Shield? No, but he is going to definitely... He pops a Guardian Shield. Breaking the bunkers. Ripping those Marines apart, unfortunately. Force fielding them off at their own ramp. There is no escape here. And those zealots are getting to work on those SCVs, which unfortunately stand no chance in this situation. And he has done some heavy economic damage here. he can't completely kill his opponent, but his opponent is too... Oh, more warpins on the back, on his ramp, and ripping even more CVs apart, and slowly but surely wearing his opponent down with pure Zealot's Sentry. Warpins into the back of the base. His opponents, even with Marauders with concussive shells and stim, just can't cope with it. There's too much there, they're too tanky. He's not lifting any buildings up to save them from the Zealots, and more warpins occurring, although his opponent now knows where the warpins are occurring. And that Marauder is going to bite the dust. No concussive shells, it would seem. And there's a Zealot inside the mineral line. Quickly gets diverted by the promise of a quick Marauder. Kills a Marauder before shortly being shot to pieces. Those Zealots are indeed doing a crazy amount of damage. Extra Stalkers being called in just for good luck. The CC is burning in midair. It will go down if it's not fixed quickly. And we have GG. A very interesting build from our Protoss player that ultimately wins the game for him. It's crazy. Metalopolis now. It is MLG Metalopolis. So just got to search MLG. Just pour myself another drink while waiting. I would love it if you guys would check out my videos on YouTube. I've just searched MLog or whatever. Invite into game. Yeah, he's already invited. Yeah, I'd love it if you guys checked out my YouTube channel. I have other tournaments hosted on here. Forever Promise. And this is just my referee, 1v1. And comment, you know, if you've got a tip, share it with me. I'm open to constructive criticism. Also check out my Twitter, I'll be announcing when I'm streaming on there. And yeah, that's really... Let's go. Jessica Alba is facing his or hers potential knockout from this battle. It is very much a case of, will his opponent do the same thing, and will he react in the same way? Both players starting to probe their respective works at the same time. Pardon me. I don't know what's up with me today. Anyway. So, they're spawned in close air positions in the left-hand side of the map. We have the Red Terran, who is Jessica Alba. Whether it be a he or a she, I do not know. And on the bottom corner in close air position, we have Ninjoni, who is playing the Blue Protoss and has so far won one game in this best of 3 series. And appears to be going for roughly the same build once again, judging by the placement of the pylon. Now, this is rather unusual because this is the map that the Terran picked after losing last game, which is unusual in the fact that it's quite widely accepted that Protoss are favoured on this map slightly, primarily because you can place a pylon there and sport, you know, your troops will warp in halfway to the enemy base already, which makes blink harassment very effective. And they're both scouting each other at the moment. It does look like Ninjoni is going for a wall off, assigning a probe already to that SCV to make sure it's not trying any funny business. And we are seeing a proxy pylon right there already, off the beaten track, needs to be spotted early on. Puts a cybernetics bay down in a way that allows stalkers, I believe, to actually get through there, and he's chasing that poor SCV around. Kills it. He's very likely to put those units to judges. We can see that the Terran is grabbing his orbital command on time yet again, perfectly timed there from the Terran, and has already got a reactor coming down on that barracks. So, just clear my head for a second. Sorry, get my words together. Right, so once again, we are seeing a very similar build from a Protoss player who is quickly putting on that extra. Oh dear, he's got. he just realised he had an Artosis pylon. Whoops. So indeed, we are just waiting for that gateway tech to complete. This is going to leave a period where a Terran player can push out with a few Marines and deal damage, because his opponent does not actually have any, if I'm correct, military units. He has 19 probes, and that is it. Don't know why that's going there. Warp Gate Tech has just completed, as we look at that Cybernetics core, and straight away all 4 gates are transforming into their equivalent warp gates, and he is warping in 4 zealots. It seems like he's once again going for a zealot heavy build, and this is going to be decisive because his opponent has no bunkers to speak of. This is not good. Those Marines are just going to get torn to shreds. They have not got stim, they have not got combat shield. Impressive micro coming from the Protoss player. Loses his 1 zealot. Terran stutter stepping away. However, SCV's joining the fray. Massive pull. Marines still getting hammered by a lone zealot. And almost claims the Marine. Another 4 zealots come in.